Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 19 of the AOR F1 2019 Xbox One F3 League, where today we're here back at the Circuit of the Americas, and yeah, really now getting in towards the very late stages of the title fight here. This round, we need to outscore Humperdinck to stay in the title fight. As long as we finish ahead of him, the title fight will go on to Brazil. Now, unfortunately, since last week, a couple of things have actually happened. I won't be able to make Abu Dhabi, so basically now we need to win tonight and next week and get at least a fastest lap, and also hope that Humperdinck doesn't score in any of the last three races whatsoever. So our title chances are quite slim, unfortunately. But Jamie and I, though, as well, still in the lead of the Constructors by just 9 points over Ferrari as well here. And like I said, I won't be able to make the last race at Abu Dhabi. I've actually got another event going on. So unfortunately, yeah, that will mean that we need to build up a little bit of an advantage in the Constructors' Championship. But effectively, you know, it will be a 1v1 in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, Jamie hopefully can try to hold on to the points as best as possible here. But as we head down on my fastest lap of qualifying, you can see we're about half a tenth up at the moment. We're going to gain pretty much a second through here because of what happened earlier on in qualifying. You can see we're 9 tenths up, 9.5 tenths up as we head down in towards the final couple of corners of the lap. They're just running a bit wide through the penultimate couple of corners there and breaking down through the final corner. We're 9.5 tenths up. Riley is rejoining the track, I guess, but unfortunately we're going to throw away a lot of time in that final sector. Another 2 tenths of a second in it at the very least there, which unfortunately means we start P4 in one of my worst qualifying positions of the season. Now, I've been out-qualified by Jamie twice in the last 3 weeks. It is really, you know, it clearly showing that I'm washed up at this late stage of the season. But yeah, it is Humperdinck ahead of Echo, ahead of both the Haas on the second row there, with Stewie in P5, and then we've still got Giza, we've got Constant Ryan, Riley, and of course, last but certainly not least, Iron Weasel as well in the Mercedes. But yeah, we need the win here tonight if we want any chance of holding on to the title fight. But to be honest, like I've said in the last couple of rounds, we are pretty much solely focused on the Constructors' Championship at this stage. But the 5 lights are coming on then for the US Grand Prix, and it is lights out, and away we go. They're getting off to a fairly standard start. Starts have been quite good for us recently, but clearly not this time around as we head down in towards turn 1. We're going to get a huge punt from the Mercedes, from the Williams even, I should say, of Riley behind us there. That's unfortunately mean we're not going to be able to make any progress through the first couple of corners there. You see Humperdinck still leads the way there, his wingman Echo in P2 ahead of Jamie and myself as we head through Sector 1. They're already picking up our first warning of the day as we headed through turn 2 there. But through the end of the S section here, Jamie is honestly one of the fastest people I've ever seen through that S section. You know, he is, I think genuinely he was about half a tenth quicker than Jarno Opmeer through that first sector, you know, in full race trim, everything like that. He is really well and truly the GOAT of that first sector here. But as we head down the back straight, though, he's going to be in the slipstream of Echo. I was telling him to go full send, you know, lick the stamp, Daniel Ricciardo, eat your heart out, and that is exactly what Jamie does in a very controlled and well-timed manner here. But as we head down in towards the final few corners then into Sector 3, have a look around the outside of Echo here. Maybe we can try and open up an opportunity for ourselves. We just about keep the nose up the inside, and then in towards the double left-hander. We do make the move work there, and yeah, we're now up into P3 of the Grand Prix there. So good progress made by Haas in the opening lap of this race here. But Humperdinck, you can see already, is trying to make a breakaway here. We've been doing a lot of practice, as we see every week from Humperdinck at this point here. And unfortunately for me, I've been doing the 24 hours of Daytona throughout pretty much this whole weekend, so that kind of taken up all my practice time, was focusing on that. But anyway, moving on towards the end of lap 2, though, Jamie, he might be able to go to Sector 1. He certainly isn't the go to Sector 3. They're lagging around, dropping back. We're going to go full send in towards the final couple of corners there, and just about making the smallest amount of contact. Certainly nothing that Jamie would have any rights to complain about there as we went full send through the final corner there, and now up into P2 of the Grand Prix here. And now we need to try and make a bit of a breakaway here, but through Sector 1 that's going to be near impossible to do over Jamie. Luckily though, throughout the rest of the lap he's pretty average at best, in all honesty there, as we lock up through the final corner of lap 3 though. I almost put it into the gravel trap there. No idea where we were heading at those final couple of corners there. Jamie is going to be able to get back up the inside though. We might have to go full send in towards turn 1 there. Stewie tries to have a look up the inside of us as well there. And unfortunately, he's going to do the double over Jamie and myself there. And yeah, this race is already turning into a bit of a disaster in the early stages here. But never mind, we're still at one place. We've got to be careful, though. Jamie might be able to have a look around the outside through this first sector. You wouldn't think there's overtaking opportunities available, but if anyone's going to find them, of course it is going to be Mr. 183 as we head through in towards Sector 2 there, and Stewie already able to make a bit of a breakaway from us as we head on toward lap 7 here. And once again, the Sector 1 GOAT, he's all over the back of us here. Did you know Guan Yu Zhou liked one of his tweets once? As we head down in towards the next couple of corners, though, using the DRS, a fantastic overtaking opportunity. Pulled off once again by Mr. 183 here. And yeah, we're now back down into P4 of the Grand Prix. Jamie locking up, though, as we head down in towards Sector 3. You know, this isn't really a Sector 1. He's looking like he's going to make a bit of a mistake here, and that's exactly what he's done. He's ran over the curbs onto the Astro. He's nearly binned it off the exit of the corner there. And once again, we're able to have a look up the inside as we head through the next couple of corners there. Decided in the party he'd complain about that. Not too sure what on earth was going on there. But I'll be honest, you know, we're in the Haas cars. It always feels like a bit of a Magnussen-Grosjean scenario. You know, I'm Magnussen, got the pace, always score all our points, everything like that. Jamie, you know, he's a bit of a Grosjean. He gets a couple of good results, and that's how he keeps his seat for yet another year in Formula 1 there. And it's a bit sad to see, in all honesty. You know, you want to see these new kids come through. But unfortunately, yeah, people like Jamie like to bang on about that 2 podiums they got 3 years ago. And that's how he keeps his seat at the moment there. But anyway, towards the end of lap 8, though, we are going to dive into the pit lane for our one and hopefully only stop of the race here. Going on to a set of the medium compound tyres here. They should last to the end. It might get quite tight in the final couple of laps, but yeah, they should make it right the way through to the end of the Grand Prix there. We're actually going to get jumped by Iron Weasel there, who is still out on a set of these soft compound tyres here. But out of the pit lane once again, though, and now we're going to try and whip out a bit of an undercut potentially on a couple of cars here. To be honest, we were just struggling with temps on these soft compound tyres here. But yeah, the mediums should hopefully, you know, it's a bit of a refreshing, try and get them into a good operating window. Everything like that there. And talking about the undercut, that's exactly what we've done. About a 4-second undercut in 1 lap on Stewie there. Not too sure how we managed to pull that one off, but I will certainly take it. And yeah, we're now back up into P3 of the Grand Prix here. And I mean, Jamie and Humperdinck staying out. Surely, you know, they're going to have seen that lap that I'm able to do, and certainly going to have to pit very, very quickly in this Grand Prix. You'll be absolutely mad to try and go out for, you know, an extra lap over, you know, this is already an extra lap that you didn't really want to have to do, but surely another one would, you know, completely ruin your race strategy at the end of the day there. And yeah, completely ruin your chances of a podium here. But the end of lap 12, Jamie finally decides he's going to dive into the pit lane there, and he's going to lose about 15 seconds in the space of 3 laps to both Stewie, myself, and Echo there as we head down in towards someone there. Stewie runs a bit deep on the exit of the corner there. We're going to try and go side by side down the hill there, but not able to get the traction or the power down there, so we are going to slot in behind him as we head down in towards the S's here, trying to get the car slowed down nice and tidy throughout these. And I think I was running a little bit too low wings. I think a lot of people were able to get a little bit closer through there towards myself here. But as we head out of the first sector, though, you can see we're still sticking fairly close to Stewie there. RBR Echo right behind us. Jamie, nowhere to be seen. But, you know, there's Sector 1. There's 15 more opportunities to go through there as quickly as possible. And if anyone's going to be able to make up that time, it is definitely going to be Mr. 183 here. As we head out onto the back straight, though, 1 lap later, you can see Stewie just about half a second up the road. We've got the DRS, we've got the rich revs, everything like that. We might be able to look up the inside as we head down in towards the final sector of the lap. Oh, we're going to go for the send. Yes, we are just about to keep the nose at the inside there. Stewie's going to get a lot of wheel spin on the X there, completely pumped me out wide there, and that's going to Echo up the inside as we head down in towards the final few corners of the lap here. And I thought about trying to go for the send back up the inside of Echo there, and then try to have a look about the switchback move, but nothing opening up this time around there. Jamie 12 seconds back now at this stage of the Grand Prix. You know, surely that gap's going to be plummeting within the next couple of laps. You know, he's got 4 lap fresher tyres. Surely, you know, this is Mr. 183. We're going to have to be monitoring that gap right the way through to the end of the Grand Prix. They were out of the final couple of corners, though, sticking close to Echo and Stewie, but unfortunately it wouldn't last much longer here. You can see over the next 8 or 9 laps, we would just slowly but surely fade away from the pair of them here. And, you know, as we head out on to lap 23, a 1.6 second gap to Echo. Him and Stewie, though, are still battling a fair bit as well. Hopefully we'll get a bit of an update, see how much Jamie has taken out of me over these last few laps there. Obviously, the gap, I remind you, was 11.7 just a couple of laps ago, and it's 15.2. Not too sure what's going on for Jamie at the moment there. But as we head through Sector 1, though, Stewie is unfortunately going to drop it and break on the racing line. And that is the title over. That is the Constructors. Really, really now a slim chance for Jamie and I in that as well. And yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that has completely ruined the latter stages of AOR this season there. Not really what I was expecting, in all honesty. Yeah, Stewie did apologise to me, you know, luckily. You know, we speak a fair bit outside of this. And after last week's weird contact as well, I wouldn't quite call it karma, but I guess in his eyes we're even now as well there. But yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't quite the way, you know, I wanted to try and drag out this title fight as long as possible. You know, keep humping and having to sweat for 6-7 hours a week on this game to try and, you know, win that title there. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be at the end of the day, though. GG's to him, you know, throughout the second half of the season, he really did put in the effort to be the quickest man. Unfortunately, yeah, just other projects for myself really haven't allowed us to make the same sort of effort as we've seen from him. And I'm sure, you know, next season he'll probably end up in Split 1 just because Xbox has really, really fallen off the face of the earth as well there. But yeah, we'll wait and see about that, though. But yeah, that unfortunately, though, the title fight is over. We have, though, because of that accident, Stewie has also took himself out of the fight for second. So we have now guaranteed second in the championship there. Only the second time ever I've finished runner-up in a league at the end of the day there. But yeah, not really the way we wanted to end this Grand Prix. Thank you all so much for watching nonetheless and for the continued support throughout this whole AOR campaign. You know, we've had a lot of highs, we've had a lot of lows. But yeah, it's been quite good fun at the end of the day as well. Next week out will be at Brazil, but like I said, I won't be able to make Abu Dhabi. So yeah, Brazil will be my final race of the season there. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video, though. Do get yourself subscribed, and yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.